right, check it out. So tonight we're going to be working on synchronizing the carbs on the Goldwing over there, which is warming up. It's important the engine's at operating temperature when we do this. So it is doing that. I'm going to get these guys all set up and ready to go, as well as pull the trim off of the bike that I need to be able to get to all the ports where I attach the pieces to synchronize the carbs. So where the synchronizers are going to be drawing the vacuum at is right here at these little screws. So I may be able to get away with not pulling this front fairing off, but as far as the adjustments go, well, maybe, I'm not sure. This piece for sure is going to have to come off, and this little chrome piece is going to come off as well. So the bike is going to keep on high idling here until it is up at temp. In the meantime, I'm going to get this guy all set up and ready to go, and also get the bike ready. So here we go. So as you can see, we got our little fittings in there. Way back in here is the idle adjustment screw. We're going to make sure that that stays at right around 1,000 RPM as we're going through this process. That's down here. It says to keep it at 1,000 RPM. And our adjustment screws for the carbs are these two, and on the other side there's only one, and it is my understanding that this carburetor here is just set how it is, and our goal is going to be to make all of the others match this one so they're all synchronized, right? So we have this screw for, I think this controls both on this side or just that one, I'm not sure. But we're going to get a towel here on the tank. I'm going to set the synchronizer tool on here, hook up the hoses to all these guys, fire it back up because I need to put these plugs back on, fire it back up, and see what it looks like. Alright, we got all these hooked up with the little hose clamps that came in the kit on both sides. Got these guys here on the tank, so I guess we're going to start it and see what it does. Alright, I believe that we just turn these knobs to limit the amount of air to dampen them just just at a glance, 3 of them look pretty close. That guy is way off, and it looks like our idle is right at where it should be. Make sure our throttle's all the way, yeah. So that looks good there. I'm gonna go ahead and start messing with some screws and see if I can make all of these read exactly the same. So we got them all pretty close just through adjusting the needles here. The one thing to do is do these middle screws first. On the other side, it's just the one which controls the front carb on the driver's side of the bike. On this one, this screw controls this one, this screw controls both. So you're balancing these 2 carbs together, and then you're using this screw to balance this set with the other set that should be balanced on the other side. I'm gonna go pop this stuff off. I'm not gonna put the fairing or anything back on yet. And I'm gonna go take it for a run because it was missing, and I was hoping that the cause of the miss was the unsynchronized carbs. So I'm gonna go do that really, really fast. It's super cold, so hopefully it doesn't take me long to figure it out. We'll come back and see if this solved our issue or not. Well, I'll tell you what, it's about 45 degrees outside and it's pretty chilly, but it doesn't miss anymore down low, and that's what I was trying to solve. So happy with how that went. I had never synchronized carbs before. Way easier of a process than I expected. Just having the right tools, having a clue where to stick the screwdriver, and just taking my time, adjusting, trying to make all the gauges line up. No more misfire down lower RPM like it had been doing. So I'm super, super happy about that. And on a sidebar, I'm super happy about how much wind protection and how warm I was for going on a ride. Really with a jacket, this thing has no wind protection. And some not great gloves and my not preferred boots because I get wind up on my ankles. Really wasn't that bad, so I'm excited about getting this thing out and riding a little bit more despite the temperature. Next video on this thing is going to be doing the braided brake lines on it. They already showed up in the mail. I'm just going to save that for a little bit later in the week. And I also have a front master cylinder coming in the mail because I just don't like this one. I think it's leaking where underneath the master cylinder. I don't think it's at the banjo where I was bleeding it before, so I'm just going to go ahead and replace all of it since, you know, it's 40 years old. And hopefully on a bike that not only goes pretty good, but also stops pretty darn good. So super, super close. I'm hoping next weekend to be able to take it on a pretty good little ride. That's something I've yet to do. I'd like to get her out and maybe put like 100 miles on the thing and see how it does. So that's what to expect in the future. Maybe I'll do like a little vlog style thing with that. But super duper happy. I'm going to leave it apart right now in case I need to get to something while I'm doing the brake lines, and that way I don't have to take it all apart again. So I'm just going to move everything over in the corner, and we're going to call it a night. Thank you guys for watching.